Lure fishing. A lot of anglers think it's cast it out, pull it back, but there are a lot of subtleties if you want to fish these effectively. The most important thing is that you have a wide selection of different colours of lures, and here at Fastmail we've got hundreds of different patterns in different colours, such as the dancers. As you can see, we've got red, we've got olive, black and green, white and green, yellow and green. We've also got the good old damsel. Now a lot of anglers say, well, it's a nymph, it's a lure. The ones with the big tails, they are lures. Then the great Scottish pattern, and this is one of my favourites, it's the humongous, again in different colours. Now why different colours? Well, 1 minute one colour will work, next minute it won't. And if you keep changing the colours, you change your luck and you'll put more fish on the bank. I've chosen the damsel. It's actually a dancer which has got a bit of a sparkle in the body as well. Hopefully in this sunlight it'll attract the fish to it. Now let's put it on the water and show you exactly how to get the best out of a lure. The most important thing when you're lure fishing is that you have to put some life into that fly. So the retrieve is critical. I'm using an intermediate line. This dancer, it's got a gold head, so it's going to go down. And my cast is 10 foot long fluorocarbon, so it's going to cut through the surface tension very easily. And put it down, and then the retrieve. It was coined many, many years ago. It's called the FTA retrieve. The polite version is mess the trout about. And basically, you're doing something different all the time. It could be short, sharp tweaks like that. Then you can stop, then long pull, then you can go into the figure of 8. Just keep changing it all the time. Speed up, stop. Now the important thing when you're stopping, because the line has sunk, you can't see anything. If you're using a floating line, obviously you can see the takes. But actually if you hold the rod a little bit to the side, you will see the end of the line and it's like a swing tip. If that kicks out, a fish has taken you. If you don't watch that, what will happen is you'll feel the take and you'll lose the fish because you've missed it, because what's happening is the fish is actually rejecting the fly when you're pulling it. So watch that line as a swing tip. So here we go. Put it back out there again. Let it sink for a little bit. You can start off slowly. And the thing is with a lure, what you're trying to do is get an aggressive response from that fish. It's something that's invading its territory. It's going to attack it. So the more life, and especially with a long tail on it, that marabou will pulse behind that fly. So speed it up, stop, watch the end of the line, long, slow pull, then you can go in a figure of 8, then change it again. Now the critical time, just as you're coming into the bank, what could happen is a fish could follow you all the way in. Now if you lift off in this position and then recast, what you can find is that a fish is boiling in front of you trying to find your fly. So when you're bringing it close to the bank, what you must do is give the fish a last chance. And the way you do that is this. When you've got the rod length of line out there, turn the rod sideways and start bringing it over your right shoulder. And as you're doing it, actually bounce the tip as well. What that'll do, it'll just get that marabou tail pulsing in the water. And then when you can see your fly, there's nothing following it, roll it back onto the water and recast. Get it back out. And when we're fishing this, you're also going to maximize the fishing area in front of you. Start off on your left hand side, work around all the way through, and when you're getting into the deeper parts of the lake, also use a countdown method. When I'm fishing parallel to the bank, I'll start retrieving immediately. When I go into the deeper part of the lake, I might count to 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, even more if it's very, very deep. That way, you're covering all the water in front of you, you're covering all the depths, and you're maximizing your chances. Now once you've done, I would say half a dozen or so casts, I would then, if I haven't had a response, I'd change the color. And then another half a dozen casts, no response, change a color. Just keep changing a color until you get a reaction. But just remember, once you've caught one fish on that fly, you haven't cracked it. It could slow down again. You don't get a take, change the color, change your luck, and you'll catch more fish.